I'm down here in my strawberry patch today to talk about the Dirty Dozen, growing the Dirty Dozen. So you can see we're just starting in the first stages of the blossoms are opening. Got some young fruit here. We're a few weeks away from harvest for our June bearing strawberries, and I can't wait. So why did I come down to the strawberry patch today? Why specifically strawberries? Well, strawberries are one of the things that have consistently topped the list of the Dirty Dozen since the beginning of the list in 1995. The Dirty Dozen list is compiled from data from the USDA and the US FDA, where they sample produce to see what has the highest levels of contamination, or rather the USDA and FDA test the levels of contamination, see how much chemical and pesticide residue is on food. And then there's a group called the Environmental Working Group that takes that data, analyzes it, and to see what is the dirtiest out there, what has the highest level of contamination. Now, it's interesting to note that though some things fall on and off the list over the years, some of them have been really consistent since the beginning, and strawberries are one of them. Spinach is another one that's up there on the list pretty consistently. Apples, other things like potatoes have kind of come and gone. They're not on the list now. They were in years past. Maybe that means the potato industry has made some adjustments. Maybe it doesn't. I can't say for sure why that would be. But the point is that there are foods that are very consistently on this list with high levels of contamination in the conventional crop, meaning that almost all of them carry notable, significant levels of residues. So what does this mean for you as a home gardener? Well, for us as home gardeners, this is something to consider when we're choosing where we're putting our garden space, time, money, and effort into, and what plants we're choosing to grow. If it's difficult for you to get organic or get a good reliable source for some of these vegetables, or maybe they're cost prohibitive, maybe they're very expensive, these might be the things that you choose to grow so that you know that you have the cleanest, best, healthiest source of food for you and your family. Some of the other things that tend to carry less contamination, maybe they're a little easier. And honestly, we only have so much time, space, and energy. So sometimes as gardeners, as much as we'd love to grow it all, sometimes we just can't, and we have to make decisions. And this is something worth considering. If, it's important to you what chemicals and residues are on your food, you might want to consider, take a look at the list of the Dirty Dozen, take a look at what has been on there fairly consistently that has a pretty much regular seat at the table, like strawberries and spinach, and those might be the things that you're choosing to invest in your garden.